Wow, what a game! Let's go, Knicks! We back, we here! Oh my God!
Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts of the Knicks Celtics opener at Madison Square Garden. I just got home. It's 12:30 at night. And wow, what a game. Easily one of the best Knicks game I've been to in my life. Probably the best, because that was unreal. Probably the best Knicks opener ever. I mean, that was crazy, guys. For everybody that was at the game, the energy was unbelievable. Even if you watch it through the television, you can feel the energy of the Garden. Double overtime Knicks victory against the Boston Celtics. It does not get any better than that. There's so much to get into, guys, in this game. And obviously, as you guys know, I was in attendance, so I watched everything live. So it's hard to really digest everything. I just got home, walked into the door. I haven't really been able to watch all the highlights back. So I'm going to give you guys my raw reaction of what I experienced at Madison Square Garden, what I took away from this game in particular. So before I hop into the video, I just want to mention, if you guys are new to Knicks Media, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYKnicks_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's get right in. So wow, where do I begin? Going into this game, what did Julius Randle say in a press conference beforehand, and what he expects from the Garden? He said it's going to be chaos, and man, was he correct, because it was absolute chaos. The Knicks started off the game red hot. I think we got off to an 8-0 lead right out of the gate. The Knicks were unbelievable. I think Julius Randle had 2 3-pointers to start out, and it was just a really good vibe. And then all of a sudden, the Celtics got hot, and then a guy named Jaylen Brown absolutely did not miss. And Jaylen Brown, what did he finish with tonight, guys? Oh my God, 46 points, 6 of 30 from the field, and 8 of 14 from three-point land. Wow, Jaylen Brown was unstoppable. It was really hard to contain him. He was just literally he was in one of those zones where, you know, where our entire Knicks fan lifetime, there's always that away player that comes into the Garden and just does not miss. That was Jaylen Brown tonight. On the flip side of things, Jason Tatum, no. Who was guarding Jason Tatum tonight? His name is RJ Barrett, and he absolutely clamped up Jason Tatum, especially when it mattered the most in overtime to force double overtime. But we're going to get into all that stuff, guys. So first, before we get into the individual performances, let's just talk about this game as a whole and what I experienced from this. It was really up and down throughout the entirety of the game. I love the energy from Julius Randle in particular. He really showed up and proved to be a star. And I can probably say he is going to establish himself as a superstar. I can say that with confidence, because what Julius Randle is doing, not even just the numbers, not even just the stats, but the way he's getting his buckets, the way he's getting his teammates involved, his energy, everything about Julius Randle, especially seeing it in person, he just is he's on a different level right now. And Julius Randle knows that he has a city behind his back right now. He does not have anything to prove to us Knicks fans. But man, Julius Randle goes out there and hitting difficult shot after difficult shot, sizing people up, crossing you up, getting to his spots with ease, mid-range contested fadeaways, 3-point jump shots, attacking you at the rim, being a bully. He's just unbelievable. Also, Mitchell Robinson looked really good tonight as well in his return. First game back. Obviously, the preseason game was his first action, but this is the game that counts. But early on, I really noticed that the Knicks offensively are a different team right now. The fluidity, the ball movement, Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker, what I really saw from them in particular, obviously they're the guys that are new to the team. Elfrid Payton, Reggie Bullock, they're gone. Insert Kemba and Evan Fournier. The dynamic that they bring to this offense is so different, especially Evan Fournier. He had a crazy Knicks debut, 32 damn points. I cannot wait to break down him. But, you know, the first half was very interesting because RJ Barrett did not really see the ball at all. And a lot of people were a little concerned because RJ, I think, that shot the ball 3 times. He had 0 points at half. I saw people on Twitter like, oh, what's good with RJ? RJ, oh, you're number 3 and this is what he's doing. And I said to myself, I'm like, yo, guys, do you not know that RJ Barrett has always been a second half player? Like, don't you worry. And what does he do? Third quarter, 14 damn points, finishes with 19 points, and he played unbelievable defense on Jason Tatum all throughout the game. Wow, RJ Barrett looked really good at the end of the game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So, you know, this game as a whole, you know, Madison Square Garden opener against the Boston Celtics, this is a game we needed to win. It felt like a playoff atmosphere. It felt like a playoff game in a way where if we lost this game, it would have been the end of the world. But in reality, it really wouldn't have because it's the first game of an 82-game season. But Knicks fans, we felt different watching this game. Whether you were there or watching it on TV, you felt that this was a must-win because we're on national television, ESPN, The entire world is watching, and the Knicks are back. Like, this is the first time where Knicks fans can say with confidence that we're back, we're relevant, and we're a good damn basketball team. Because last year, going into the season, we didn't really expect to be the 4th seed. We didn't expect to take over the league. We had low expectations, and they exceeded them. Now, going into this year, it's a little different because the Knicks have expectations. Knicks fans, we have high expectations for this team. We feel like that they have a chance to make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs. So, going into this game against the Boston Celtics, we want to make a statement. We wanted to win this game on national television. That's exactly what we did. So now let's get into these individual performances because there's so many guys that played well, and I'm excited to talk about them. Starting off with Julius Randle, he finished with 35 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, just so close to a triple-double, 12 of 27 from the field, 3 of 8 from downtown, 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 3 block shots, and a plus-minus of a +10, and he had 45 minutes. That's another thing that scares me about this game. Going into double overtime, these guys are going to be really tired, especially Friday night against the Orlando Magic, but we will see what happens. I kind of already broke down what Julius Randle did tonight. He is unbelievable. He looks like a star, hitting crazy shots. Like, he's hitting those shots where you're looking at, whoever you're watching the game with, and you're like, how did he just do that? Like, this guy's unbelievable. Like, he is going to get better and better as the season goes on. And I'm telling you guys, Julius Randle's only getting better. The best is yet to come. And I'm so happy that Julius Randle signed that extension. He's here long term because he's entering the prime of his career. And what he did tonight was absolutely phenomenal. His defense, his energy, his playmaking, his rebounding, his shot making, his shot creating, driving to the rim. I can go on how great Julius Randle was tonight. Now let's talk about Evan Fournier, because in his Knicks debut, this man was unconscious, especially in overtime. I cannot believe what I was witnessing. Overtime was ridiculous. I think it was Evan Fournier 3-pointer, Jaylen Brown 3-pointer, Evan Fournier 3-pointer, Marcus Smart 3-pointer. It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like one of the greatest basketball games. At one point I kind of stepped back and, took my Knicks hat off in terms of my Knicks fandom off, and I'm like, this is a really good basketball game. Like, if you're not a Celtics or you're not a Knicks fan watching this game on ESPN, you're enjoying yourself, because that was a very entertaining game that went down to the wire. But back to Evan Fournier, because this man is ice in his damn veins, hitting clutch 3. Like, if it wasn't for Evan Fournier, we lost this game, especially in overtime, because the Celtics were not missing. Like, Jaylen Brown, I don't know what's gotten into him. I know he's an all-star. I know he's a great player, but that was so frustrating to see him do that to us Knicks, our Knicks. But man, Evan Fournier carried us in overtime, hitting 3-pointer, creating his own shot. He had a really awesome layup. I think that was actually in regulation, which is crazy, and then we blew the game. But Evan Fournier, what I noticed from him tonight, man, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 13 of 25 from the field, 6 of 13 from 3. Unbelievable. 4 steals, 1 block. Evan Fournier, I know that he's not as good as a defender as Reggie Bullock in terms of his perimeter defense, but his basketball defensive instincts are there. Like, he gets into the passing lanes, he knows where his spots are, he's a very smart player, and he not only is a really good shooter in terms of creating his own jump shot, but he's really good at attacking the rim. He's really good at passing the ball out to the corner, spraying it out, or even finishing through contact. You saw a lot of reverse layups. Very impressed with Evan Fournier. We gave him a big contract, and he proved to be a guy worth that contract 100%. Next, let's get up to RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett had 47 minutes, which is basically an entire game. That's ridiculous. RJ Barrett, shout out to you, man. 19 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 6 of 11 from the field, 2 block shots, 3 of 7 from downtown, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. So RJ Barrett, I mentioned it earlier in the video, he had a very interesting game. Starting off, he did not get to shoot the ball. It felt like the Knicks offensively, the starters are getting used to each other, because now RJ Barrett, he's going from being the second option from last year, and now he's kind of like the third or fourth option, because Evan Fournier, Kemba Walker, they're playmakers. They have the balls in their hands a lot, and Julius Randle obviously is the number 1 option on this team. So if you go from Julius, and then you add a guy like Kemba Walker, who's a ball-dominant point guard, and then you add a guy like Evan Fournier who can dribble the ball, then RJ Barrett, he can do that as well, but he has to realize that, the shots will come. And it was a little frustrating at first. I'm like, okay, RJ, it's not even like the first half RJ was shooting the ball and he was missing, he was turning it over. That wasn't the problem. RJ just didn't touch the ball. He was sitting in the corner. There was no plays designed for him. I don't know, it was a little frustrating. But in the second half, especially in the third quarter, he gets one dunk, and then all of a sudden everything just unlocks. And RJ Barrett hits back-to-back threes, another dunk, playing lockdown defense, blocking people. Like, man, RJ Barrett just proved to be a guy that's a very very pivotal piece of this team. I don't think he got subbed out once in the second half. That's ridiculous. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I think he played the entire third quarter, the entire fourth quarter, and the entire overtime period, both of them. That's crazy. Shout out to RJ. His defense was definitely the most impressive part in terms of locking down Jason Tatum. That play at the end of overtime, Jason Tatum had an opportunity to win the game at the buzzer, and RJ Barrett took it to him, clamped him down, forced up an air ball. And that was not the only time RJ really clamped him up. Jason Tatum did not do well. RJ was on the majority of the game. Now let's get into Mitchell Robinson, who made his first start in a long time. 11 points, 17 rebounds. Wow. 3 assists, 5 of 5 from the field, and 2 block shots. You cannot ask for a better game from Mitchell Robinson. 34 minutes as well. We know that he's not in the best shape. He's trying to work his way back into that, game shape. But Mitchell Robinson was all over the place. We missed him so much last year in the playoffs, and you can tell his second chance points, offensive rebounds, blocking shots, alley-oop threat, cleaning up the glass. Everything you saw from Mitchell Robinson tonight should get Knicks fans happy that he's back and healthy. Now, Kemba Walker, in his first start for the New York Knicks, his Knicks debut, he made a lot of nice plays. Statistically speaking, he did not do that much. 10 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, 3 of 8 from the field, and 1 steal. But he was 3 for 4 from downtown. That's a really good sign. If Kemba Walker can be that lights-out shooter, that's only going to unlock this entire offense. So I love what I saw from Kemba Walker in terms of his three-point abilities. You can tell his defense is a little lackluster, especially late in the overtime, but we knew that going in. I love what I saw from Kemba Walker tonight in his first game with the New York Knicks. And the star of the game, didn't even bring him up once in this video yet, Obi Toppin. Are you kidding me, guys? Year 2, Obi Toppin is here. He had 28 minutes. We saw a lot of Julius Randle and Obi Toppin playing together with Randle at the 5 and Obi at the 4. Obi looks like a different player right now. Year number 2, his first game, 14 points, 5 boards, 6 of 9 from the field, and 1 block shot. Obi Toppin is the energizer bunny that this Knicks team desperately needs off the bench. Catching alley-oops, dunking it in transition, finishing through contact, looks very confident out there. He's just one of those players where, like, if you're in transition, you gotta find Obi because that's where he thrives the most. You can see that he really put a lot of work into the offseason to work on his craft, especially his confidence. You can see that he's not hesitating on shots. Whenever the ball's in his hands, he wants to shoot it. He wants to post you up. He's also playing really good defense. He's locking people up. Having 1 block shot is great from Obi Toppin. 5 boards, 6 of 9 from the field. Very efficient day from Obi Toppin. I was very impressed with him. The alley-oops was ridiculous. Derrick Rose lobbing it up to him, dunking it in transition. Man, Obi got the garden popping. Air Obi, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever you want to call him, Obi is a stud. Now, Derrick Rose off the bench, he did not have the greatest game tonight, but when it mattered the most, he hit the dagger in double overtime. D Rose had 9 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, shot 3 of 11 from the field, 2 steals, and 1 block. And that's the great thing about this Knicks team. A couple players have nights off. It's okay. We have a bunch of guys who can step up. Julius Randle is going to be consistent every night. He's going to have his off night here and there, but more often than not, he's going to be great. Evan Fournier, I don't really think he's going to have 30-plus points per game, but I think you guys understand that. But what I'm trying to say is this team is so deep where it's going to be a bunch of different guys that goes off every single night. And tonight was not D Rose's night, but when it mattered the most in double overtime, he got the job done. Emmanuel Quickley, he only had 8 minutes tonight. You can tell that Thibodeau didn't really like Quickly's vibe, so he just pulled him out, didn't really play him at all in the second half. Alec Burks, he had 16 minutes, 5 points. Love to see that. Jericho Sims, he had 6 minutes because Taj Gibson and Nerlens Noel were out tonight. So yeah, that's really my thoughts of the individual performances from the New York Knicks, guys. This is a long video. There's so much to digest. I was not able to, watch any of the tape or watch any of the highlights because I just got home from the game. It's 12:42 at night, and I'm really tired, but man, Madison Square Garden was rocking. The Knicks are 1-0 on the season. This was one of the craziest games I've ever witnessed in my life. Shout out to Julius Randle. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Shout out to RJ. Shout out to the entire Knicks team. Evan Fournier. Wow. The Knicks are back. That was crazy. Please leave a comment down below of your thoughts of this video and your thoughts of the game. Like if you guys enjoyed. Comment down below a Statue of Liberty emoji if you stayed into the end. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Knicks. We here, baby. Woo! Peace.